if something happened to us. Growing up, they already know what it takes to go out, what it takes to earn, what it takes to save. And so everybody, like I think only my daughter, Ophia, is the one who actually worked before she moved on, to England and bought a house in England and also in Germany. I'm sharing this because the basics that I'm teaching you now was the very basic that I did. And then I thought to myself, okay, when I retire in 55 years old, I need to get my children organized. Even though my father taught me, okay, if you're a girl, then you go, your husband is going to fend for you, with that kind of thinking. But for me, when I look at my children, I said, no, I'm going to fend for them equally, even though I have 3 girls and a boy. So I helped my daughter buy her house in England, and I allocate homes, which we have already in Nandi. I've already told my 2 children that are here with me. And I said, one of you own this one, one of you, this is the house. So I'm actually doing the paperwork now. I'm 55. And at that time, when I was writing and I was saying to myself, when I reach 55, I need my children to have their own property and help my children to have their cars. But God's way in my life was totally different. I left work when I was only 45. When that voluntary separation came, I went for that option because I wanted to come and help with the ministry, which took me out of the company. And not only that, but I was timing for the My TV as well. And when I left at 45 on that voluntary separation, we got a package. And the package that I received was on the senior management package. So that package, the things that I have written down for 55, like now, this year. I mean, I could have been retiring this year from work. And no, COVID would have sent me home last year. And with that list, and the package that I received when I was only 45 years old helped me, got their cars, helped me invest into their lives, not having to wait for 55 years old, like now.
Yeah, but I just cut in there because you mentioned something. Then you will not receive the retirement package because the COVID will send people home.
Yeah.
At 54.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you pick the voluntary separation of years back in 2012. 2012, beginning of 2012. And you receive that package.
Yeah.
Hallelujah. And that package not only help us as a family, but assist us in building up, traveling here and there for about 5 years.
Yeah.
So God knows everything.
Yes.
The plan that you have because of love for God, the planning for God. And when you do the principle of God, God knows. Oh, might as well.
Hallelujah.
And it's just amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Just amazing.
Because when we're teaching you the basics. If I explain to you and I said, okay, maybe you'll be saying, what should I label? I know where I put my flour. Yeah, sometimes, the rest come, they do their meeting in the flour. And then you go back and open the same flour and you do your pancake. Or they do your roti. It's the way that you keep it. So, when you entertain or when you try and teach your life to be clean and be organized, when God is looking, it doesn't hold him back to bless you. Because it becomes his duty now to fill up your container and becomes his duty to fill up your freezer. So in my freezer, what I do, I put a partition in it with a cupboard. Cardboard, put it inside, and then I write My TV meals. So pack the My TV meals, label them 1, 2, 3. Take the chicken for cutting. All those little things. Yeah, it's tedious. It takes a lot of energy to do it. So then that what means in Deuteronomy 18:8. When he said that God has given us the strength to get well. And that is the strength. The strength, the mamakutu, the diligent. The strength for you to do all that. The strength is when you take your money and then you have that strength to give your time. The strength is within your reach because that blessing is coming your way. And try and go and do. Maybe you'll raise your hand today and say, what does that have to do with the kingdom economics? When you go and you begin with those processes, it's easy for me to talk about because it's my lifestyle, and that's exactly what I do. I mean, I walk into my TV with a haywire kind of records, with more than $500,000 debt. The same thing that I'm teaching you now, the basics of just being diligent. Coming, organizing the file. When you have time, come and have a look at my TV. I do all the file and label all the file. Label all the file. Like it's a lot of work, but I need to do that groundwork of clarity, transparency, and very organized for God to look my way and be part of what I'm doing.
You know why? Because God is a God that is organized.
Hallelujah.
He organizes everything he does. It's very organized.